You probably don't remember this, but my very first video on here talking about boundaries and mother-in-laws was about my mother-in-law and how we had to set a boundary around the amount of stuff she brought into our teeny tiny townhouse because she's always thinking about other people and how she can help us, and we were so broke. We had to set this boundary. Well, I want to share with you today a story about my mother-in-law to help in case you're a mother-in-law and you want to help, but you don't know how to approach your daughter-in-law. I also want to share it really does take a village, especially if you're in perimenopause like me and you're so full of brain fog. So this last weekend was our daughter's first prom. She just walked in for her lunch hour, so I want to be kind of quiet. It was her very first prom. And I would have dropped the ball, you guys, on so many things, but thankfully, my mother-in-law thinks of everything. And the way she approaches me, I never have to feel threatened or that she's stepping on our toes. It just always feels like a village. So our daughter tried on her very first prom dress. It fit like a glove, except for the straps fell down. And I'm like, don't worry about it. Mom's got it. I have this podcaster that I'm obsessed with. She swears by this tape that you can get on Amazon for $7. It's super budget friendly. Yes, let's do it. We'll get this dress and I'll get that tape. No big deal. Well, then it just kind of became like out of sight, out of mind. We didn't even think about it until it's too close to prom for alterations. She tries on the dress, and wouldn't you know it, the tape doesn't work on this fabric, even though it's supposed to work on every fabric, not this stuff. So I'm like frantically calling around to places that do alterations in our small little community. No, everyone's booked. We're getting way too close to prom. And my husband's like, well, my mom can sew. Ask her. I'm like, oh, thank gosh. So, and of course, I have all the faith in the world with my mother-in-law because she just gets everything done. So I ask her, and she's like, yeah, I'll take a crack at it. Comes over the next day, does measurements, and she's like, if I can't do it, I have a friend that can do it. And she looked at our daughter, and she's like, Ellie, Grandma's got this. Don't worry about it. No stress from the dress. Like, this is going to be perfect. It's going to be beautiful. So don't worry about the dress. Just worry about everything else getting ready. So it was just like, we're all really relaxed. Everything's gonna be fine. Okay, so then my mother-in-law tries. She gets really nervous because it's really thick straps. It is a different type of material, and she's like, I can't do it. So she takes it to her friend. It's with her friend for a couple days, and she's like, I'm too nervous. So I'm getting these updates, and I'm trying to remind myself, like, there's never been a time that Julie hasn't pulled through. Like, this is gonna happen. It's fine. And our daughter Allie was like, everything's gonna be fine. Grandma's gonna have it. No big deal. What my mother-in-law did, so she didn't give it back to us, like to be like frantically trying to figure it out, and she didn't allow us to pay for this, but she took it an hour away to a sewing shop, paid for like rushed alterations, got it fixed, got it here 2 days in advance, and then I think it was that afternoon, she'd already drove here. It's like 30 miles. She already drove here. Then she thought, oh, I don't know if you'll need this or not, but I was just thinking, I have a steamer in my closet. Would you want that just in case, like to get the wrinkles out? I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I think about that? Like, that's such a good idea. Yeah. So she drops that off with a bundle of toilet paper, which we happen to need that day. She just always knows. But inside the bag with the steamer, she also included a Nashville theme, like baggie. So that was their after prom theme. And she just knows that our daughter has problems like, picking out stuff at the store. She just kind of gets overwhelmed. So she is very fashionable. So she put things in a bag that Allie could just look through, just, nice and, just quiet, like put it in there. So helpful. So we got that. We got the dress. We got the steamer. We have stuff she can use for after prom. Then, this is like the thing that just melted my heart, especially at photo time. My mother-in-law texts and she goes, you have probably already thought about this and I'm way late to the game, but I was just thinking, since like her date flaked, all the other girls are probably going to have corsages. Have you guys ever thought of maybe Ryan giving her flowers? And I hadn't. I was like, oh my gosh, Julie, so it was like a day before we go to the flower shop and they're like, oh, the selection's going to be pretty slim. And my husband's like, that's okay. Just, make it as best you can. They helped him pick out, it wasn't a wrist thing. It was like the bouquet that the girls hold across their arm. So they helped him pick it out. And when I tell you, when I saw our daughter with all of her friends and they all have the flowers, you know, I just thought, oh my gosh, like, thank God for Julie, because she would have been the only one. And so I want to share with you that it truly takes a tribe. And if you ever feel like, you know, threatened, or like your mother-in-law is stepping on your feet, like sometimes, like, I know in the beginning when I was early on in a mom, I would think like that. Sometimes I would just be like, oh my gosh, like, how many items does she have in that bag? Like, she always knew what to have for our kids and stuff because she was an experienced mom. And I always felt like I could never be like her because she's so thoughtful. And I still can't, like, she thinks of everything. But like, if you ever feel threatened, use this as just like a reminder. Like, if I would have felt threatened at all in any of that, and I wouldn't have taken her advice, our daughter would have like had a way worse experience. And I just am so thankful for our village. I'm so thankful for my mother-in-law, and I'm very thankful for her approach that she has with me, which is just, she always comes up beside me. She always tries to make herself like smaller, like, I'm probably late to the game, whatever, take it, leave it, just trying to help, no big deal. The way that she does things, I just think that's a very helpful tip in case you don't know how to approach your daughter-in-law. So, sorry I got emotional, but honestly, like, that moment seeing her with her flowers and fitting in and just, I don't know, it was really crazy. So, it takes a village. Hopefully that helps somebody, and yeah.